Let's draw the line here between impudent and determined people. I've often heard that street photographers are called impudent. Well, in my view, a street photographer is determined. Of course, there are very impudent, just outcorrect, not photographers, but people. Honestly speaking, there are rude people in any field. You can't generalize in a way like that. But sometimes you really have to step over yourself. This is one of the main problems for beginners. To shoot other people up close, especially when these people see them, see the man with the camera. We don't speak about street photographers only here. And actually, this is completely fine. Do not think that you are a weakling. After all, there is nothing to be ashamed of. As a popular driver's rule says, if not sure, then just don't overtake. As simple as that. In our context, do not make a frame at any cost. If it would make you feel better, I, who have been into street photography since 2006, do still have moments of uncertainty. There are times when I'm simply not ready to make contact. We are all humans after all. If at the same time I do want to shoot, I can take a telephoto lens and shoot without any tension, just calmly. A few words about this picture. Here I am at work. At that time I was a photojournalist, and this is the inauguration of the Bulgarian president. Literally speaking, I had an official permission to shoot whomever and whatever I wanted. Great! Just even that was not enough to let me make myself shoot this bodyguard. I was simply not able to step over myself and start shooting immediately. I needed time. Just take a look at his face. He was always like that. This is not a spontaneous expression that he made, just that's his essence here. Here I really needed my determination in order to take this photo. I really like my photos, in fact, but I really like this one. When it comes to the question of how to shoot people, strangers, there are some tricks, let's say, that you may rely on. For example, it's a little bit easier to shoot in an urban environment. Why? Well, there you may remain invisible, especially in the evening. But it's quite a different story if you are in the field or in the mountains. It would be hard for you to pretend that you're there on your own business and you're not taking photos. Almost impossible, in fact. Here, like it or not, you need to communicate with the people. In such places, it's a common practice for everyone to greet, to say hello, to nod, to smile. It's easier if you are in a pair. The one does the talking, the other the shooting. Then you change your roles if both of you are photographers, of course. Quite often, my wife, my daughter and I go for a walk in such villages. We enjoy nature and clean air, and if we meet someone, we start communicating. Then, at some point, I drop out of the conversation and shoot. You need to find your own way. You need to find the people that you'd want to go shooting with. You need just to find your path towards your models. I'm simply giving you an idea what might work for you as well. It's a little bit easier to shoot in this style. You are kind of protected by the glass, just like the person you're shooting, in fact. By the way, I got so much into this topic, shooting people through a vehicle's window, that eventually it even ended up in a collection which turned into an exhibition. If curious for more photos like this, I'll leave the link to the mirrored video after the lecture. Going a step further, when we speak about determination, what about shooting people in a closed space, in the public transport, for example? Well, this is a real challenge, and really exciting at the same time. It got much easier to shoot in such places nowadays, and in general, it's easier to shoot people at a close distance, thanks to the folding displays. Exactly. I used to have to take photos like this without seeing what I'm shooting. And the person seemed to understand, or supposed at least, that you're shooting him. At the same time, especially this visual contact is the one that could make the photo worth it. Let me show you some more examples. As this one, for example, the eyes are enough for you to feel the mood of the photo. Same story, there is nothing apart from the look here, and it's not necessary at all. A little bit of a different interpretation. The look of the third woman is the one that brings life to the photo. I wouldn't have shown it probably otherwise. An even more interesting photo going on here. You can't see the eyes of the man, but his look is aiming straight at your soul. Once again, sometimes you just need to be a little bit more determined. Look at her. Her thought, he's pointing the camera at me? And in the next second, she again, really? Well, I just keep playing around with the camera, showing what is really going on. In any case, I do not urge anyone. Hey, people, start shooting like this. No. I just want to answer the question how it all works in practice. Some inside info, that's how it was made. Honestly speaking, there is nothing bad in this. But if you're really afraid, there are 1,000 other ways to take street photos. What I mean, take a look at the video lessons that are coming.